5, 4, 3, 2,
what are we counting for?
1. Happy New Year!
Oh, that's this week, isn't it?
It is this week. And you know what that means, guys? That means it's our annual year-end review. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about what we've done. We can't really talk about where we're going yet, but we'll also talk about where we've been. So, thank you for joining us. It's episode 125 to wrap up the 2023 year. We're excited. I got Mr. Matt Jackson. Mr. Matt Jackson. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great, man. What are we dropping next year?
Man, right off the bat, you're already trying to get secrets out of me.
I'm trying.
All I can say is I'm really excited.
Ever since you guys kicked me out of the engineering area, you know what I'm saying, and I had to start digging tunnels to kind of get information, I figured, I got you here, so might as well see if I can get you to spill the beans, so to speak. Or the frijoles, as we like to say in my house.
Right. Man, I almost didn't even realize it was the end of the year because I've been so busy working on secret projects that I can't talk about.
You see that? So we know there's some secret projects that he can't talk about. So
if there wasn't, why would I be here?
I need my Blue's Clues pad, okay? There's a clue right there. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be something. So first and foremost, let's say what's up to a couple folks. Usually the weekly regulars, my mom, she's in here. So hi, Mom, thank you, my one viewer. Everyone else that eventually watches, thank you. I'm just kidding. Viejitos RC, man, what's going on with you, man? Thank you for stopping by. Brendan Armstrong, what's good? Just Swag TV, Viejitos BC Little Go 719, man. He's the first one, he says. Oh, boy. Just Swag, man, says, let's go, man. I love it. I appreciate it, man. Yoshi, what's good with you, man? Francisco Garcia, man, thank you for stopping by. See how I rolled that? Mm-hmm. There was no double R's, but I had to roll it anyways.
Well, it makes sense.
I mean, right? It's only right. Francisco Garcia representing the 209, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping on by. Jay Kick, man, what's going on, man? He says, what's up with is there a new Lowrider coming out?
Which one?
Yes, no, maybe so. You're just going to have to wait and see what 2024 brings because there may be something cool there in store. You just never know.
Of course there will be.
I mean, yes. I like to keep them on their toes until they get so upset with me that they don't want to watch. Maybe that's not a good idea.
It's not whether or not something new is coming out and that it's going to be cool. It's what is it going to be?
That's okay. That's legitimate. Absolutely. NetDog45, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Yoshi Rivera, what's up, Taco Slim? I'm slimming down. I'm getting it. I'm working it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get in my little, stance,
You're getting below your fighting weight, man.
No, yeah.
You're going to be in a new class.
I am. It's Peso Pluma better get out of my way. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? Super feather light. Oh, man. Grenade RC Trailer Benches, man. What's going on with you, man? Thank you for stopping by as well. Blue Cuban 71, man. Happy New Year to you from Globe, Arizona, man. I love it, man. Steak Hobbies 88. What's good, man? A lot of good folks are in here in the chat. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, man. Make sure you hit that button no matter if you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Make sure you give your boy some love. Make sure you give him some love this time because we're going to get him to leak something. I'm almost 100% sure. Ricky Weeble, man, what's going on with you, brother? How are you? You don't have to be lonely on www.bigoscar.com. I'm just saying, the OnlyFans account be hitting
kind of scared
hard.
to pull my phone out and look at that.
Oh, man. Estella and Chewy, man, he's representing Bakersfield, California, man. Baco, man, what's good? I love it out there, man. Hopefully you're having a good, blessed day. Brian Keith, thank you for stopping by. Dustin Coley, man, what's up? Barack saying, what's going on from Turkey? I love it. Thank you for stopping by. Mike Collins from Willits, California. I've been to Willits, California a few times. I might have even been pulled over there a few times as well. Viejito says, you guys got the best RC ever.
Oh, which one?
The best one ever, bro. The Danchee Ridgerunner.
Okay.
Ever. Oh, man. Bradley Willis, man, what's up, my peoples? How are you? Any upgrades coming for the Ascent? We'll get into that probably early next year. We do have some things we want to introduce to you guys in the near future. Some of them might be upgrades, some of them might not be upgrades.
It sounded like a yes getting leaked from Oscar right there.
No, I mean, technically Shane already leaked that out in the previous episodes that, we're working on some cool stuff, but I didn't tell him what it is.
We're always working on cool stuff.
It's going to be a taco sticker, or maybe like a taco hat. You know, like a party taco hat for your driver, for your Ascent driver.
We're going to come out with a new hat for the marksman driver.
Yes,
Shaped like a
finally,
taco. Yeah.
finally. Felix, man, what's going on with you, bro? Thank you for stopping by. Vince Vargas, San Jose, California, Califas. I love it, man. NorCal is in the house, and I'm with it, man. D'Angelo, man, happy holidays to you, too. Thank you for stopping by. Man, he's seasoned big time. Maybe we should hit him with some tacos and interrogate him. I'm saying I am all for it. Interrogate away. Absolutely.
I am definitely susceptible to tacos.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially your dad's tacos.
Hey, dude, they hit. They hit. Absolutely. Man, Martin Lara, man, thank you for stopping by, man. Delegations RC's in the house. I love it, man. I love it. Any of the other guys out there, whether you're in the crawling scene or the lowrider scene, man, drop your club, your crawler club, or your lowrider club. Drop them in the comments, no matter where you're at. We'll see if we can get you guys some shout outs as we go. Troy Fakes, representing Roadside RC. If you guys aren't following Roadside RC on YouTube, you guys are missing out some amazing information when it comes to RC in general. So make sure you guys follow, and it's always a good time, man. All right, guys. So first and foremost, let's kick it off. As you guys know, 2023 was a big year. We teased you guys with quite a bit of things that we were going to be coming out swinging. We're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to drop, you know, anywhere from 8 to 12 products. You never know where we're going to land. Officially, we landed with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 products that we dropped in 2023. One of those products we did kick off the year with, and we're going to get right into it. So if you don't know, the Gen 9 trail truck, Scout 800?
Yeah, Scout 800.
This is what we dropped to start off the year in 2023. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so that was the Redcat Gen9, and that's what we kicked off 2023 with.
Yeah, it was a big swing for the beginning of the year.
So let me ask you, you guys, you know, you're part of the piloting crew that worked on the Gen 8, you know, and to be able to work on the Gen 9, you know, what was the thought behind that?
Well, I mean, it's a refinement, right? Like the Gen 8 was a lot of the things that we saw about the Gen 7 that we wanted to do differently, and portals, right? And so it was kind of an evolution. And then the Gen 9 is more of an evolution from that. We added the 2-speed. We changed the body up. We kept trying to bring in more of the scale part of the hobby, right? Because, I mean, that's always the balance with every product, right? Is either are you going for, like, super performance? Do you want it to be like a super crawler that can crawl up anything? Or do you want it to look like an actual truck?
Right.
Or do you want to balance somewhere in the middle? So like the Gen 7 was, it was actually evolved from something that was the Everest 10, which was entirely made to perform as a crawler. And then from there it moved into the Gen 8, which was more scale, at least in terms of the the link geometry and the way that the car was laid out and everything, and the body was a lot more scale. It was officially licensed. And the Gen 9 was even the next level of fidelity in terms of the detail that we put into the body. We took a lot of the tricks that we'd been doing for the Lowriders, which are all about scale, and putting them back into the crawler world just to try to have another option on that spectrum.
Right. Kind of a couple of features that kind of stood out when the Gen 9 for me that were really important to me anyways was the body mounting solution. That was fun, right? Being able to pivot the body and then the hinge mechanism in the front for it. That was awesome.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to get away from body clips. Right.
And Velcro.
Nobody really likes Velcro. Yeah.
And Velcro, right?
I wasn't going to mention that.
So absolutely, guys. A lot of the products that we're going to talk about here today, guys, they're in the links for the products are in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So you guys can definitely follow along and click on those to get more information. Let's see if there's any questions related to that. Let's see. Double check. When would the COE be back in stock? So we hope to get some more in our inventory, I believe late January, sometime in February, if I'm not mistaken. Once I get an exact time frame as to, hey, they're en route, then I'll be able to tell you guys, hey, we're X amount of days away or we're a few weeks away from getting some more. But as soon as I get that information, I'll definitely share that with you guys in the future episodes as well. So progressing forward, there was the Gen 9 as we talked about, but let's not leave out the lowrider scene, right? The lowrider scene had a demand, so to speak, when it came to wanting to do things that just really stood out to the norm, right? And one of those things was the birth of the LRH 285 Show Builders Kit, a fully chromed out chassis, which in turn was predecessing the original LRH 285 chassis, which was an overstock inventory of chassis that we had laying around.
And turned out to be pretty popular.
Right. And unfortunately, it didn't become super popular till almost the end, then when we ran out of them.
Right, we decided we weren't going to produce them on their own, and then it was like, oh, well, hey, why don't we take all these chrome kits, all these chrome bits that we've been selling individually, and just package them all together.
Absolutely. And going to lowrider shows, all around the U.S. with everyone, this has been probably the most talked about and popular item that we have on our table, because everyone looks at the 64, they look at the 59, and they're at a car show and they're seeing all the glitz and glamour when it comes to these amazing builds that these gorgeous cars are on display in their full categories, showing off chrome, custom engraving, and it's really awesome to say, hey, check this out, right? And you flip an LRH 285 Show Builders kit upside down, and people go, "What?" And
you just hope you haven't put too many fingerprints on it.
And a microfiber cloth goes in hand with this quite a bit. I've actually found that the same cloth that you use to clean your glasses with works really well to keep the fingerprints off of it. But was this an afterthought of the car, or was this always kind of in the back of your guys' mind to create?
Well, I mean, when we create any RC vehicle, any platform, you're always thinking about, what else is going to fit on this, right? So when we originally came out with the 64, that was the only body that would fit. It was the only body of that aspect ratio. And then as we started coming out with other bodies that would fit, we started to realize that there may be some people, and as you say, like towards the end of the run of that chassis kit that we had, they got more popular because there were more bodies on the market and more people were interested in it. So there was this idea that you could have a blinged out chassis that was set up exactly how you wanted, that then you could just swap your bodies in and out, and like just however you're feeling that day,
Right. And then obviously between the shocks that we offer and in the community, we see a lot of folks offering customized, setups as well. It just kind of adds to the whole overall package of a custom ride.
Yeah. So it was right about the time that we ran out of those chassis that we decided, okay, let's just take all these parts and put them together and bring that back, but as a fully dressed out kit of all the chrome parts.
I love it, man. I love it. If you guys love the LRH 285 Show Builders kit and have enjoyed or purchased one and have done it up, man, make sure you drop some likes for us, man. We appreciate that. We hope you guys have been loving that product just as much as we've enjoyed seeing you guys enjoy it, with pictures being shared on the Facebook groups, on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. So we appreciate that very much. Now, moving on. on-road scene, right?
next.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
always an awesome thing. But there was something that kind of came to, and Shane was a big part of this project, right?
This was Shane's baby.
This one kind of speaks for itself. And I'm saying, if you like to whip it and slide and just bang some doors, then this one's for you. So the RDS competition rear-wheel drive drift car, here you go. All right. Hands down, my favorite video that we've done to date.
That was super fun.
I mean, it was amazing to, film this one and edit it and work with the engineering team, to try and come up with an amazing way. Now, this video we did literally right after Ken Block's passing.
Yep.
So it was our own little secret homage to, the late great Ken Block. But there was a lot of things in this video, especially that clip, that we should probably address, because if you guys haven't noticed, we like to do things a little different and leak little things, put little Easter eggs in videos.
Yeah, we do.
And one of the biggest Easter eggs was on the back of that trailer.
Yeah. No, the trailer itself that was yet to come out.
Right.
The trailer was
the
later.
The 26ers.
Oh, right. They were in the. I just watched the video again and I missed it.
Right. Great time to enjoy. The RDS was an awesome product, something that really allowed us to step out of our comfort zone when it came to, the RC game in general. And a lot of people have mixed feelings about the body, but can you kind of iterate a little bit of information on this body?
Yeah, so a good friend of mine who goes by Nemo is a professional car designer, and we've been working together for many years in past life. And the body was actually one of his. It was kind of like his magnum opus, like his final, hey, I'm a car designer now kind of thing that he'd been working on for years, of what his interpretation of a Nissan Z would be, right? And in 5-10 years in the future. And it actually got some attention by Nissan, but was not selected as the design for the new Z. So he licensed it to us, and then we 3D modeled it and made it into the RDS body.
Right. Man, Nemo is super talented on so many levels, and some of the stuff that he's also done, if I'm not mistaken, is some graffiti work, right?
He did the graffiti art on the inside of the 64 box,
Right. So, Nemo's been an amazing individual, very creative, and we love what he does as a whole. So, of course, when we had the opportunity to use a body that he himself submitted to Nissan to potentially do something cool with, we were all on it, right, to be able to utilize it and to share it to the masses.
And he's actually had quite a bit of influence on a lot of the other bodies that we've done that are unlicensed. And I'm a little sad that we're doing mostly licensed stuff these days, because we don't get to do as much work with him as we used to.
Right.
Like the Marksman body, he did a lot of tweaking on that. The Wendigo, he had some influence on, the Kaiju.
And I got to say this, Chris DeGraff, he said it correctly, we found Nemo.
Indeed. And he's not a clownfish.
He's not a clownfish. No. He might be a little bit clownish, but not a clownfish. But Roadset RC, great thing too. On the box for the RDS, there's a QR code that you can scan, and it actually has more information.
Well, it goes to his Behance profile that has the full, like, all the sketches he's ever done in that car.
Right, right. So RDS, obviously something that we have never done when it comes. We've done the all-wheel drive drift cars, and they've been kind of, not the biggest thing, but very entry-level-ish for those that love that hobby toyish grade.
Right. It's not really the direction that the drift hobby was going.
Right.
So you guys know Shane. Shane's been on the show many times. That was Shane's first project. Shane was the owner, founder of Tandem RC in Mesa. It's Mesa, it's right on the
Mesa,
border.
yeah.
And so he like has all this drift experience, and he had just gotten an engineering school, and was like, hey, come on, let's come design some cars. And he asked me on his first day, he said, hey, so what do you want me to work on? I said, get started designing a drift car.
Right. And of course, lo and behold, sometime later, you guys all were able to enjoy, the ones that purchased one, able to enjoy the RDS drift car, right? And it's been an amazing journey. It's been great to see people do a lot of things with it. And there's a couple options when it comes to the car. Not only is there 2 different colors, but there's also a RDS Builders kit, right? And just so you guys know, it's actually, price dropped just recently to $199.99. And if you take advantage of our website sale that we have going on right now, there's a 10% off site-wide if you use code FS23 at time of checkout. So, that could save you another $19 off of that if you guys wanted to purchase an RDS or anything for that matter. 10% kind of can go long ways, when it comes to maybe making a decision if you're counting, your Deutschmarks. Just saying.
Do they use Deutschmarks anymore? Or is it all euros now?
I don't know. It came to my mind, and look, listen, these shows that I do, guys, I don't think you guys get how live and raw I really am, because I don't script anything. 125 episodes, I've never ever rehearsed a single show. I just, whatever comes off the dome, it happens.
No, I believe it.
And sometimes it's absolute word vomit. And if you go back and listen, I say like crazy. I'm sure we're gonna do an episode one time where we'll count how many times I go and maybe I just add another 5 or 6 right there, but
if you're aware of it and you're conscious of it, then you should gradually be getting better about it over time.
I'm trying. I think I got down from 1,000 to 300 per episode, but we're slowly working our way towards it, right? So RDS competition drift car, RDS Builders kit. You guys know it. It's an amazing journey that you guys have taken us on with this car, and we're going to continue moving on because we still got a couple other products that we want to highlight, as well as some shows that we were at as well. So let's make sure we keep that going. All right. One of the next things that we did, aside from bringing you guys the Gen 9, the LRH Show Builders kit, see I said again, Redcat RDS competition spec drift car, the RDS Builders kit.
Good catch, you almost said it.
I almost said it. Yeah. Now, I almost said it again. Dang, I really need to work on this, guys. Jeez. Cheese and crackers. All right. I did it. Well, you know what? I'm just going to show the next thing because it's kind of a cool thing. I'm just going to shut my mouth.
Chicken.
All right, there you guys have it. The Machete 4S and 6S. Tell me a little bit about why Machete, where did it come from, and why we did it.
Well, people had been asking. People had been asking for. People had been asking for a shredder, like V3, right? Because we had the shredder out, and it was very popular, but it wasn't quite up to the standards of where we wanted it to be in terms of like the new Redcat engineering quality level. So we decided to kind of look at the whole thing from scratch in another kind of long wheelbase speed type of basher car. So it's a significantly longer wheelbase or longer aspect ratio than something like the Kaiju, right, from last year. So it is definitely meant for going really fast, but at the same time, it's super tough and can take some serious beating. You can send that thing 40, 50 feet off a giant ramp and flat land it, and it's usually going to be fine.
Right. We ended up using 70-75 aluminum on the 6S version, which was awesome. A great thing, to be had. We did something that a lot of other manufacturers don't do, and we don't stray away from it. We're 100% transparent. During the drop of the Machete, we found that some folks were having some issues with the upper control arms.
Yeah.
Right? And instead of saying, hey guys, or silently making a rolling change, we owned it.
Yeah, that was a fun week. We went through basically a effort to try to figure out what the root cause of the problem was and where it happened, and it actually happened to be a manufacturing issue that happened when it was being assembled on a production line rather than by the engineers that were doing the prototyping. And it was just getting the upper control arm was getting screwed in too far. It's overstressed the plastic and became a weak point. So we made a couple changes that made it basically impossible for that to happen again.
Right. After those changes, we went ahead and made it right. We shipped those out to every single person that purchased one and included them in every single product that we had still on the shelf when it came to the Machete 4S and 6S. The next roll of them will have those changes already on them from the factory, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
So, guys, we absolutely took care of it, and we want to make sure that you guys know that we took care of it because it's important to us. We listen to the community. We want to make sure we're always watching these trends, and when something like that happens, we're not going to stray away from it or hide from it. We're going to own it, and we're going to try and make it right. Yeah. That's the right thing to do, right? What better way to be an honest RC company than to own something that does not work properly? You guys invest in us by purchasing our product. We want to make sure that we're doing the same thing back and making sure that you're getting your funds worth out of the money that you're spending with us at the end of the day. That's important to us. So I know I saw a comment in there that someone said, did you guys ever fix it? Yeah, absolutely we did. And we were pretty open about it. And we appreciate everyone that came to us with the information firsthand. It's one of the things that I think makes us stand out a lot differently from the other manufacturers that are out there. Right. Every single manufacturer out there has had a problem with a launch. Trust me. It does not go unseen.
And even as it went, like I have a hard time picking between the RDS and Machete as my favorite launch of the year. Mm-hmm. And there's maybe unpopular opinions amongst a lot of the crowd, but like for me personally, they were my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows the kind of caliber of company that we aspire to be at the end of the day. So we appreciate everyone. The 4S Machete, 6S Machete, another great product that we launched this year that we added to the list of products overall. And we're excited about it, and we're happy to see folks enjoying it and the reviews that led to the painstakingly process of refining to what you guys now have as an option to buy in the future as well. So that was the Redcat Machete. Thank you so much for those tidbits and questions thereof. That's always amazing. Now, another launch that we dropped this year as well is the Redcat Ascent.
Ah, yes.
So, enjoy. guys, the Redcat Ascent, the LCG truck. I mean, you guys already had a Gen 9.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said earlier, it's all about making sure that we have options on there for the whole spectrum for, you know, whatever somebody wants to get into in terms of performance versus scale, where you sit on that spectrum. And the Ascent is much more on the performance side of that spectrum.
So, you know, and I mentioned before, you have the Gen 9,
Yeah.
you had the Gen 8, you had the Gen 7, you had the Everest 10. You have, you know, all these lineages of crawlers that you guys have done over the years, and you guys always continue to aspire to, you know, do better, right?
Yeah.
So the birth of the Redcat Ascent, like how long ago was this a thought? Like, was this something that just kind of came to in the latter days, or was this also something that was kind of a staple idea?
I almost need to pull out a spreadsheet to figure out the timeline. But really, I believe we were starting the development of this right about the time the Gen 9 started shipping, right? Because it uses the Gen 9 axles, and that's it. Like everything else is, you know, carbon fiber or steel flat rail.
Right. Steel frame rails, shock towers. We're talking about a front motor mount.
Yeah, right.
Design.
Which is very much more tuned for actual crawling rather than a trail truck where you want your balance a little further back. And
right. We had the pleasure of unveiling that at Proline by the Fire, which was a great event to be able to highlight and to show off. We abused that truck nonstop. Mine's actually been redone a few times since then because I love it. I enjoy it quite a bit. And some of the things that I was able to do to it was, you know, add some things to make it personal to me, right? I played with some shocks, played with some weight distribution, purchased a clear body, which we offer on our website as well, painted it up my way. I showed it on last week's episode as well, and I do a black and gold type of livery, you know, design on it that I really like. But I really like the way the Ascent's been received by so many individuals from all kinds of walks of life in the RC world, from the newcomers coming in to the guys that have been in the RC hobby for some time. And let's face it, at $289 and $299, dude, a great rig for the price.
Yeah, and that's really our first foray back into the performance side of crawling, of like pure crawling, since I started here in 2017. So before that, it was basically the Everest 10 and the Gen 7, and they were an evolution of a design that came from one of our factories in China, and the Everest the Everest Ascent is entirely ours. It was entirely designed in-house.
Right.
It's amazing.
We offered it in two different body styles. A one-piece body that is, you know, just one-piece body, cab and bed that is, you know, one. And we also offered it in a second variation, a blue body that came pinched and dovetailed. And the body is a two-piece body so that you can take the bed off and separate it if you'd like. Both bodies have a mounting system, which I really liked what you guys did with that, giving it the ability to, again, tilt the body forward.
Right. We had to design yet another mounting system because we couldn't go backwards after we had done what we did with the Gen 9.
Exactly.
But we had to make it fit instead of with the traditional C-channel frame rails and with the flat panel rails.
I love it, man. I love it, man. So if you guys own an Everest Ascent and you guys enjoy it, man, make sure you guys are hitting that like button, man. Let us know. Let us know that you guys are loving it. If there's something you don't like, I want to hear it too, because at the end of the day, we can't progress and be better if we don't hear from the masses. And sometimes it can hurt. Just don't be mean about it. You know, just throw a taco with your comment, and I can't take it bad. Just saying, you know. But we appreciate that.
You can't frown if you're eating a taco.
Right. How can you not, right? Exactly. Just taco, tilt, eat, tilt. You know what I'm saying? So that was the Redcat Everest Ascent. Again, another vehicle that we dropped this year. Now we're going to move on to the next one. And we will talk about a little bit of some information on this one as well. But this one was a fun one. And equally one of my favorite videos to film with the crew as well and to be a part of doing so. So without further ado, let's talk about this bad boy.
Hey Chris, I got a 1959 Impala that needs to be picked up, silver in color, off of Highway 10.
10-4, I'm en route.
right, guys. Did you get a COE or a trailer for Christmas? I want to know, because if you did, you're a lucky person.
Pretty lucky.
You know what I'm saying? The COE, dude,
Yes.
a absolute banger, bro. Like,
Right.
great product. Something that we also unveiled at Proline by the Fire to share with the masses, and it's been absolutely well received on so many levels. Why the COE?
Well, we identified this need in the market from what we were seeing in the community at lowrider shows, right? We saw these people coming up with all kinds of different rigs for carrying their lowriders through the lowrider shows.
And if you guys haven't been to a show or been to, a Lowrider magazine show or original Lowrider show, or even, some of the events hosted by a lot of the local RC clubs in your area, these guys don't mess around, man. They mob around some trucks with some huge, extra long trailers, and they do it big, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
So obviously, I'm assuming that sparked.
Yeah,
the
100%.
idea.
Like we had seen what people were doing, and that, you know what, that could be a Redcat, and we weren't really that happy with a lot of the options that were out there and what people were doing with them. And so we decided to make something that was specifically made for that, but would also be big enough to hold a Gen 9. Mm-hmm. And obviously we have a relationship with Chevy through the whole lowrider scene, and we said, okay, let's look through what's the classiest truck we could do that would fit with this whole niche. And I think that was the right choice.
I think one of the things that kind of stood out to me was I've owned a couple of the other brand vehicles to haul vehicles around. And one of my biggest issues that I've always had is my vehicles don't fit on the back of them.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest thoughts that you guys put into it was I could fit my no prep car on the back of one. I could fit, my lowriders on them. I could fit my crawlers that are extra wide width on them as well.
Pretty much anything that was 10 scale and not like a really big basher is going to fit.
Yeah, and that was just a great touch. And I'm a big Chevy fan, so obviously a 1953 Cabover was an amazing touch to detail. You guys have seen them, the blue and the red, they stand out like crazy. They're awesome rigs. Yes, they can lay out. Obviously, we also offer the trailer. That was another product which I didn't have on my list, but that makes actually 12 products that we dropped.
Right, we got a 2-for-1 in that video.
Exactly. So we did drop some more stuff in there, in the mix as well, right? And it's been amazing to see what you guys in the community have really done with these things and how you guys have been enjoying them. So, again, you guys are, with what you guys are doing out there in the hobby, in the groups, you guys are literally pioneering what potentially we could be doing next. So from my heart, from all of our hearts, we appreciate every single one of you guys, whether you're just a beginning hobbyist that likes to tinker or you're a veteran hobbyist that has been doing great stuff with their products and showing up and showing out. And you guys are an inspiration to a lot of people. Remember that when you guys are out there communicating amongst each other. It takes nothing to be nice, and it, doesn't cost you anything to, share the wealth of knowledge to help elevate the game for everyone around you at the end of the day. There was something that, a comment that came up that we wanted to highlight a little bit or talk a little bit about,
right.
Which was something that somebody mentioned, an issue when laying out and driving the COE.
Yeah. So it turns out people have been kind of using the rig a little beyond what we were expecting. When we developed the system, we designed it so that basically you would drive the truck when it's all the way up, and then you would lay the frame out, and because the frame's on the ground, you're not going to be driving. And what happens is if you don't have your endpoint set for basically 90 degrees either direction on the servo horn so that it goes all the way up or all the way down, when it's all the way down, the wheels actually can come up off the ground. And so, people can sit there and spin the wheels. But with the way the drive shaft geometry worked out, it actually put too much load on the pinion. So if you were driving at all and you weren't all the way up in the high ride height position, you could wind up prematurely wearing out your pinion gear. Right. So yeah, we have been looking into that and have addressed that, and all the future ones that are going into production are going to be modified with enough clearance on the drive shaft.
Right. So yeah, keep your eyes open for some more information on that in early 2024 as we go into it, so we can have some of those updates for you guys on the COE as well. So yeah, the comment was meant, like we mentioned before, we're not going to stray away from it or hide from it. We acknowledge it, and we already started working on something almost immediately when the first warranty claim came in talking about it. So rest assured, we are working on a fix for that, for the actual running products that we have, as well as for those that are already out there doing some things. And a lot of you guys already figured it out, and have been able to trim the drive shaft a little bit.
You just trim one like a millimeter off of the female side of the drive shaft and fixes the whole
And it
problem.
takes care of the whole issue, exactly. So, but yeah, that was the Redcat COE, great product, a fun product, I think, all in all, and one that I feel kind of allowed us to venture into a market of fans of other manufacturers, those diehard hobby fans of certain brands that say it's this brand or nothing, and they're like, wait a second, what are those guys doing over there?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's what happens in almost any industry. If you come in and you start disrupting things, like that's kind of the life cycle of a lot of different industries. Is you get these companies that kind of get set in their ways and are like, you know what, we got a good thing going. We're just going to keep going and doing the same thing. And then you get somebody come along and do something entirely different, and then from that differentiation, you get little. It's not quite a fractal, but you get paths that go off from that turn into other things that are different, and it kind of builds on itself.
Absolutely.
But sometimes you just need some organization to like try to buck the trends a little bit and make things happen.
Absolutely. Sometimes it takes someone to fall on their face to pick themselves up and wipe themselves off and go, it's a happy face. Oh, that's a Forrest Gump
Oh, right.
innuendo,
Right.
just so you know. But absolutely. Again, so far, Gen 9, LRH 285 Show Builders Kit, Redcat RDS, Redcat RDS Builders Kit, Redcat Machete 4S, 6S, Redcat Ascent, Redcat COE. And then we also had some other little things that trickled throughout the year, including some gold trimmed kits that we just recently released for the LRH 285 platform for a lot of folks to be able to enjoy, and some other tidbits such as the 26er spokes, right? These things are hard to keep in stock.
Yeah.
And I've seen people start to use these on the haulers.
Really? I know we tried it. But
I actually shared
haven't
a
seen it in
picture,
while
I
yet.
think yesterday or today, of a blue one with some of these on some white walls.
Nice.
So, there's folks are already starting to have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Love it. 26ers, great ones of spokes, available in chrome and in gold. So make sure you guys check those out. But not only that, we also dropped the 26er combo kit, right? And these came with a couple variations,
Yeah.
right?
Mix and match.
Why the 26ers?
Well, I mean, it's another section of automotive culture that was underserved. You don't see a whole lot of people in RC with 26-inch rims on some road cars. It just doesn't happen in RC until we say, you know what, we should do that.
And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. To be a 10th scale and to call something by a number like a 26er, that would insinuate that the size should be 1/10 of 26 inches, which is 2.6 inches. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure I got that right.
You
Because
move the decimal.
Yes, you just move the decimal over. So let's say that if I wanted some 1.9 inch wheels, or 1.9, inch wheels, in a 10th scale, or a 1-to-1 aspect, it'd be a 19-inch wheel.
Sure.
So a 1.5 would be a 15-inch wheel.
Yep.
Good to know. That's just simple math for you guys for out there in the scale
Educating
scene.
the masses here.
I'm just trying to make sure we all know what scale actually is, because obviously there's some slight variances that never really match.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
math, I'm like, how does that add up? Because I don't see it. I don't get it. But to each their own. That's one thing I love about what we're doing, is that we're trying to stay true to the numbers. And 26ers are equivalent to 2.6 inch wheels, which is 1/10 of 26 inches. Just so you guys know, I was really horrible in math growing up, so this really has helped me out quite a bit. Just saying.
Yay. Dividing and multiplying by 10.
I enjoy the 26ers. I love what people are doing with them. They're putting them on things like, the lowrider scene. They're putting them on their custom done bodies to maybe recreate a donk of some sort. There's folks enjoying these on trucks. And I see people that are not into the lowrider scene, who are even into the Redcat scene, buying them for their on-road projects.
Oh, I've seen them on a Gen 9 being used for on-road purposes.
All right. And now this brings me up to the next thing. One of the other things that we also started off the year with, which I personally enjoy seeing quite a bit, is none other than the Redcat Daytons. We were able to work with Dayton directly and get a licensing to be able to create the wheels. And we actually used, if I'm not mistaken, their actual wheels to recreate ours, right?
Yeah, yeah. We actually got all of the design data that still exists for those wheels. Those wheels have been around forever.
Right.
But we got some like very early like drawings so that we could get the cross-section profile of the rim as spot on as possible.
Right. And that's kind of something big, you know, that I think you guys brought to the table with the Daytons. And again, these are offered in chrome and gold. Great opportunity, a great option for your lowriders in general. I've seen a lot of folks use them. I've seen a lot of folks use a lot of different ones as well. They all look amazing in their own right. I love them all. I think they're all beautiful. You know, every manufacturer of wheels that makes any form of a spoke wheel, I dig them. I think they're beautiful and they have a place in my heart. I love the ones that we do. We were able to offer them in these awesome, cool boxes. Inside of them, they came with 4 variations of knockoffs, included a two-ear straight, 2-ear twisted, I believe, a 3-spoke, and a bullet.
Yep.
So I believe that hopefully I got those 4 right.
The bullet's the hardest one to get on.
Including a nice little keychain, which you guys see right here in the middle. That is the Dayton logo. And it's just, again, another variation that I thought was really cool to add to the masses. By no means trying to reinvent the wheel, but so to speak, reinvent our wheel. Because let's be honest, the original wheels that we had on our cars, you know, they're stock versions of a wheel in essence. They're not as sexy as these.
Well, yeah, that's my fault. No, it was, you know, when we were first designing it, an actual 64 from the factory came with 14s. Mm-hmm. So we were designing the wheels to be 14s and had the same thickness of the sidewall on the car, which, you know, also we didn't have a crazy paint job on the car. It was the intent of, hey, if you want to put this on display, it'll look like a 64. Right. It'll just be like one straight off the factory floor, except then we put some spokes in there and it got a little confused. So we're switching that around by making these things available and trying to, you know, make things a little more streamlined toward whatever niche they're going for.
Sure, you know, and it's been a product that, again, we've struggled to keep in stock this year.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been really a good seller for us overall, and we just love seeing people share photos and how they're using them on their variety of products. So, you know, if you have a set and enjoy them, or just love spoke wheels in general, make sure you guys are dropping those likes. Let us know. We love them. Hope you guys are enjoying them just as much as we are. So that leaves us to one last product that we dropped this year, and we ended the year with, and it sold out almost immediately, which was a newer rendition of the Ridge Rock. And we are talking about none other than the Redcat Ridgerunner. So check this video out. Let me know what you guys think. All right, man. Let me get rid of this picture really quick that I have up.
Confusing issue.
The Danchee Ridgerunner.
Yeah.
Man, where did this come from?
Well, Danchee is Redcat's entry-level brand, where, if you're trying to get your kid into it, at least that's the intent, you can go out and buy this inexpensive entry-level motor-on-axle crawler with the Ridge Rock. And it turns out the Ridge Rock was one of our best sellers overall. Like,
I can see that.
They're super popular.
Right.
And it was probably close to 9 months, a year ago. It was brought to my attention that there was a giant Facebook group that we didn't create for the Ridge Rock. And it was huge. And these people all wanted stuff. They wanted accessories. They wanted different things out of their truck. And, we hadn't really been keying into that. And so we started to and tried to take a lot of those requests and put it into another vehicle. It's not a replacement for the Ridge Rock. It is a different variant, right? It's a little more of a scale side, right? It's on that spectrum again, trying to provide a platform that is more entry level, where you can take one of those tent scale bodies that you really like and you can fit it on that platform, but it's still that same format pretty much that group had really been enjoying.
Well, one of the things that I saw in that group that people asked for quite a bit was metal gears.
Yep.
They wanted some form of a metal gear upgrade. And I remember talking to you guys, and hearing you guys when you guys decided that you guys want to do something. I believe that's kind of what was the starting idea. If we're going to do that, we might as well
Put portals on it, do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Do something big with it and enjoy it, right? And give it another version of itself, right? Give that Danchee sub-brand that we offer another life of its own. Mm-hmm. And that came in the form of the Ridgerunner. And Ridgerunner's done great. It's, again, a very entry-level product like the Ridge Rock. Great for kids, great for adults that love, crawling as well. Yeah. The features for the bang of the buck, it's a great option for a lot of folks to enjoy. Offering portal metal gears, stock, and then offering a diff metal gear option that folks can buy. And if you guys buy it on our website, one kit does front and rear axle.
That's the whole car. Yeah.
Right. So great option. I think it's a great entry-level crawler, as well as a great crawler for those that are in that group that really love elevating and taking it to the next level.
Yeah, the things that people have done with the old Ridge Rock, it's just nuts. How much work has gone into these, relatively inexpensive crawlers to make them perform very well.
Right. So there you guys have it. 12 products that we dropped in 2023. It's been a great year for us overall. One that we as a whole team, as a camp, are very proud of. Did everything go as smooth as can be? No, nothing usually ever does. But I think it went as smooth as we could have hoped for. And one of the thank yous that we can offer you guys, at least now, if you didn't get what you ultimately wanted during the holiday season and Christmas, is that if you go over to our website and use a discount code FS23, you guys can save 10% off the entire website on any of these products that we've listed that are in stock, of course. So if you guys want to purchase and or maybe do an afterthought purchase, you guys have till December 31st to make that happen. 12 products. Dude, that's insane. Like, it's been a busy year. It has. Yeah. It's been an insanely busy year. And not only did we drop 12 products, and of course I'm part of the team that does all the filming and editing for these videos that you guys have been seeing. So I've been on the site for every single one of these products and these shoots and studio photography for these products that we've been releasing this year. But I also had to do a lot of traveling. I had to go to a lot of events all over the U.S., whether they were crawling scenes, whether they were lowrider shows. I was out and about in full force with the team, and we love traveling until we don't.
We need another Oscar.
Yeah, I need a clone, But it's been an enjoyable ride, to say the least. So we hope that 2024 brings in the same, if not more. That'd be a great. I don't know. Can you share any details for me, Matt? Is there a number that you can throw at me, Matt?
So, well, I'm not going to throw out any numbers because it's all beyond my. So much of it is up to shipping times and what the factory schedules are like. But I can tell you that, like I was talking about earlier about this spectrum of performance versus scale. There's also the spectrum of everything in the automotive landscape that people are into, right? Mm-hmm. And there are things that are yet untouched by RC.
Absolutely.
That we want to hit, right? It's kind of a core part of Redcat's mission to try to enable people to live out their automotive dreams, right? Whether it's jumping a truck, like you're not going to do that so much with your own car because trophy trucks are really expensive. And maybe you don't need a trophy truck to do that.
I mean, I'll do it, but I'm going to need
You're
a
gonna
truck.
break stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to need a new truck afterwards.
Yeah, so I mean, like, for example, bashers enable you to do that, to live out that dream. Lowriders, people can try different things that they wouldn't want to do on a becoming ever increasingly more expensive actual 64 Impala. You can do it at 10 scale much, much, much cheaper and do it as many times as you want.
Right.
For a lot. And so there are things that people want to do with cars that are not currently things you can do in RC, and we're going to continue to try to plug those gaps and bring more people into the RC hobby. Like the thing we've already talked about, the bed dancer. I've seen a lot of people in the comments asking, hey, you know, I hope it's coming out in 2024, and like, hey, me too.
Absolutely. And those of you guys, I've actually talked quite a bit about the bed dancer on the previous shows, and leading into next month, we're going to be talking about this program that we're going to be doing. So just so you guys know, we're going to be offering an option to be able to allocate and put money down on your bed dancer. And what that's going to get you is a couple of things. One, potentially a limited edition first run of the product, as well as a lot of the backstage, behind the scenes information in a private group setting that will allow you guys more information when it comes to that.
Even more filming for you to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's only another, couple hours in the day. But before, we wrap up 2023, we got to talk about where we've been in 2023. As I mentioned, I traveled quite a bit. So let's start it off with an event that I truly enjoyed going to out in Florida, USTE, Ultimate Scale Truck Expo out in Williston, Florida? I probably got that wrong. Either way, check this out.
The FMS monster trucks. If you're interested in this today, tap into the registration to sign in. Make sure you put your pin on the left. We need to have your driver's number. If you're interested in racing two-wheel drive vintage buggy or four-wheel drive vintage buggy, please see Joy.
All right, guys, that was USTE, the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. There was a lot of trails, super well manicured. The guys out there do an amazing job year after year. Unfortunately, 2024, they're not going to have the event. And we hope that they bring it back in 2025, which allows us all to kind of get our scale game sharpened up. And who knows, maybe, you guys will do something that would allow us to sharpen that up here too. You're just saying, I don't know.
It's kind of what we do.
I'm trying to get something out of the guy. He just won't budge. But seriously, guys, USTE was a blast. It was a great time. We always love hanging out with people out there. They're hospitable as can be. An event that we love going to. So we're missing out next year. Kind of bummed out about that. But there's a lot of other events that we're going to be at this coming year. USTE was not the only place that we landed. If you're into the lowrider scene, one of the best lowrider shows that I think I was able to participate in and be a part of was the Los Angeles Lowrider Super Show, which was held in Long Beach, California. Here's a couple moments that happened there.
Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching.
All right, guys, so that was just a little bit of what we were able to see out in Los Angeles or Long Beach for the LA Lowrider Super Show. Great time. Armando Flores from Masterpieces was there. He set up the Whittier street scene that you guys saw and have been able to see people enjoy over the last couple events that have been out. Jeffrey's made an appearance as well. He was out there with a couple of his customized one-off cars, enjoying the scene and hanging out with everyone. There was a huge hop-off that happened. Kids were enjoying it. It's a great sight to be seen. I know you don't really get to go out much.
Yeah, I haven't made one of those yet, but I hope to.
It's a blast, and hopefully it can come this year because I know we're going to have for the first time in years, Lowrider Magazine is going to be bringing back the Lowrider Super Show back to Arizona. No longer the unsanctioned show, but an actual sanctioned show, and I do believe it'll be in February, if I'm not mistaken. Another location that we also visited was Pomona, California for RCX. It was an RC Expo that was held there where a lot of manufacturers showed up and had a good time. And we were able to set up a drift track with Jen's Ace and some guys from East Bay Sliders out of Northern California. And this is some of the cool stuff that was seen there. All right, so RCX was a blast. You guys saw it. There was some drifting. There was some crawling. There's some bashers. There's some airplanes. A lot of planes were actually there. So yeah. I think you would have got a really big kick out of that one. Not sure if it's going to happen again in 2024. We're still waiting on some more details to come. But a great gathering of a lot of folks that are in the hobby that truly just enjoy it as a whole. One of the last events that we were able to participate in, and this is skipping quite a bit of events that we were at this year, was, did I even load it up? Let me see here. I don't think I did not. Interesting. So I didn't load up Proline by the Fire, because that was a great one, but I didn't load it up. But one of the last shows that we actually were at was the Las Vegas Lowrider Super Show, and here's some scenes from that event as well. All right, guys. There you have it. 2023. It's a wrap. You guys are going to see me till next year, unfortunately. And fortunately, because I know a lot of you guys are like, I'm done with this, vato. You know? But seriously, guys, 2023 was a really big, blessed year for us. We've been able to bring you guys a lot of new products. We hope next year brings the same energy that we can bring to you guys to be able to enjoy. Don't forget to save 10% off our website. FS23 is the code. That's good till December 31st at midnight. It will expire. We were able to drop you guys 12 products that we brought to the table, and actually a lot more than that, but 12 highlighted products that we brought in 2023. And we hope 2024 can hopefully match that. I don't know. It might be tough.
Let me tell you, like, it's hard for me because, like, all the things that I'm excited about right now, I have a lag, right? So, like, are the stuff that people will be seeing in, like, 9 months to a year. Right. So, but I can tell you 2024 is going to be pretty nuts, too.
So, I guess, you know, it's a good time to hit you with this. Matt, 2024 is around the corner. What's your New Year's resolution?
Oh, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No, I never have. I'm not superstitious, and dates don't mean much to me. Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much.
Get out of here. Jeez. No. Well, I have a resolution. Eat more tacos.
Hey, I'm on board with that one.
Yes. So, guys, we appreciate you guys. We hope that you guys have an amazing end to your 2023 and that 2024 is a blessed and prosperous one. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Okay. Prosperity. But we hope that 2024 brings you guys nothing but blessings, good times, and well faith, good health, wealth, and inner peace. Make sure that you guys, I'm getting a little touchy. It's okay. Touchy. But we really hope that you guys have a blessed one going into 2024. We hope that you guys are enjoying a safe New Year holiday with you and yours, that everyone that is traveling is getting to and from in a safe manner. We personally here love being a part of the community. We love being able to answer questions. I know this go around, I wasn't able to focus a lot on the questions because we've been trying to push quite a bit of content within the time frame that we have, but we do appreciate all your guys' questions and every single person that has commented and has been a part of this journey for us and our growth over the years. We really are excited for what 2024 is going to bring, and who knows, it might even start with a bang. So from all of us here to all of us there, wherever you are, Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you guys on the other side.
Happy New Year, guys.
Peace.